Hallöchen, Hallöchen, Hallöchen und willkommen zurück zu LA Noire. Wir sind gerade hier in der nackten Stadt unterwegs und schauen mal hinter dieses Foto. Aha. Das Szene, 6582 Boulevard. Ich arbeite Dienstag 11 bis 16 Uhr, leiste mir doch Gesellschaft. Fragt nach Miss Randall, XXX Julia.
It's a place to start.
Ja. Ja. Ob man da jetzt unbedingt anfangen. Erst gucken wir, ob wir andere Hinweise finden, ne? Nichts überstürzen, Cole.
Beautiful girl. Clothes certainly aren't from the Sears catalog.
Ist das sowas wie der Otto-Katalog oder was? Und da steht auch nichts. Schade. Ach, das war's. So, dann können wir mit der Frau reden,
I'm
bestimmt.
Detective Phelps. I'm here to try and help Julia. Do you mind answering some questions?
Virginia Reynoldson, I'm just so shocked. I feel like there's something I should be doing, someone I should call.
We can make those calls, ma'am. Who needs to be notified?
That's just it. I don't know. Miss Julie doesn't have any family in town. Someone has to set her affairs in order. Mr. Henderson, maybe? Who else is there? I don't know.
If you give the details to the other detectives, ma'am, they can try and get in contact.
Geisteszustand des Opfers.
Was Miss Randall depressed about something? Upset?
No more than normal.
Wir haben auch keine Intuition, ich zweifle mal.
Would she have killed herself for a man?
Miss Julie would never have killed herself. She was a very determined young lady. One of those people who shake the tree for all it's worth.
Was? Warum schüttelt die denn Bäume? Privatleben des
Did Miss
Opfers.
Randall have many friends visit?
I'm not sure. I only come around twice a week.
Das glaube ich ihr nicht.
Men friends,
Mann!
Mrs. Reynoldson.
I will not spread gossip about Miss Julia. She was very nice to me.
Ja,
I
ist
don't
ja
care
gut.
if she was the Virgin Mary sister. Who was she humping? You changed the sheets.
You're disgusting. If you're going to take that tone, I won't answer any more questions.
Wir haben aber nur noch eine Beziehung zum Opfer.
What was it like working for Miss Randall?
Perfectly fine, officer.
Anzweifeln?
Mrs. Reynoldson,
Ja.
it seems like there's something you want to tell me.
She was very high-strung. Lovely one moment and screaming at you the next. She wanted it all, and she wanted it damn quick. Of course, being so beautiful, it seemed like she was going to get it. Not the way it's turned out, though, is it?
Nee, nicht ganz.
Thanks, Mrs. Reynoldson. You've been very helpful.
Naja.
One of the other detectives will take your statement, and then you can go home.
Ich hätte mal gern wieder Intuitionspunkte. So, was machen wir jetzt? Schickes Roy?
Stefan, Rusty, we'll take a look around outside and then follow up these leads. Can you get some guys to run down the jacket?
Jo, überhaupt nicht bossy.
You
Ne?
think Carruthers has called it right?
He rarely gets it wrong.
I don't know. I'm a Galloway. I've met enough girls in my time who can't handle their dope.
Ja, gut. Aber es müssen ja nicht alle gleich. Jetzt fängt er wieder an zu sprinten. Schön.
You know the way. You can drive.
Where are we going?
Dahin. In die Luxus-Damen-Boutique.
Wants a 5-star goddamn wedding.
Bukowski, Galloway, quite the little reunion in there. Almost brought a tear to my eye.
They're good police.
How would you know? You got promoted so fast you barely had time to learn their names. Let me fill you in. Bukowski's a pushover. Galloway's a drunk.
You could learn a thing or two from both of them.
Please. They couldn't work a vice case if their life depended on it.
I don't see why they'd be any better or worse at it than me.
I noticed you said better. Hubris disguised as humility. Kind of your trademark, don't you think?
Why do you always twist everything? Galloway's got nothing to prove. He's been on homicide for years.
And he's welcome to it. You're a terrier, Phelps, and that's what I need. Not some old bulldog who can't get up a flight of stairs without coughing up his lunch.
Also dann wäre ich auch kein guter Terrier für den Roy. Ich huste auch immer mein ganzes Mittagessen aus, wenn ich hier in mein Hochparterre gelegenes Wohngeschäft gehe. Bekleidungsgeschäft Das Sine, 14:38 Uhr. Natürlich ist es kein Wohngeschäft, sondern eine Wohnwohnung. Salut, ça va?
Well, hello. Shouldn't you be working?
Hello.
What can I help you with today?
Ja, wo bist du denn? Ach, hier.
Did you read about the terrorist
LAPD,
case in the
ma'am.
paper? I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
No, ma'am. We're making some inquiries about Julia Randall. Does she work here?
No, I had to let her go. Is she in some sort of trouble?
She was found dead this morning.
Ja, und alles nur, weil du sie gefeuert hast.
How long had Julia worked as a model?
Well, she worked in New York before coming here. She was a very beautiful girl.
Ja, das stimmt.
Could you tell us why you let Miss Randall go?
Husbands sometimes come in here with their wives. When Julia Randall modeled, the husbands were often more interested in her than they were their wives' dresses. The wives weren't happy, and neither was I.
Did she have any close friends here?
Actually, yes. Heather Swanson. Would you like to speak with her?
I'd like that very much. Please don't inform her about Miss Randall's death.
Very well, officer. Heather, these gentlemen are from the LAPD.
I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. I understand that you worked with Julia Randall, Miss Swanson?
Yes. Julia helped me get my job here. She's not in any kind of trouble, is she?
She's a hellraiser, isn't she? Lives a fast life.
Oh, no. Maybe Mrs. Stanley would call her that, but I wouldn't. She's full of life, a wonderful company.
That's a
She's
lovely
dead.
engagement ring.
Do you like it? Henry gave it to
I'm
me.
very interested in engagement rings. Do you mind if I take a closer look?
Hä?
That's some pearl, Miss Swanson. Would have cost Henry a fortune. He must really love you.
Oh. Beziehungen zum Opfer.
How did you meet Julia?
I was introduced through my fiancé, Henry Arnett.
Das glaube ich ihr.
Henry is your beau. Tell us about him.
Yes, he is. Henry has a fashion business. He and Julia have been friends for years.
Okay, Wissen über Mr. Henderson.
Are Miss Randall and Mr. Henderson engaged?
Who's he?
Das glaube ich ihr auch.
She was wearing a sapphire engagement ring. Someone must have given it to her.
She never mentioned a man named Henderson to me.
Okay.
That's all for now, Miss Swanson. Could you ask your fiancé to visit Hollywood Police Station? It would be very helpful to our inquiry.
Now, wait a moment. I don't think I'll pass on that message until you tell me why you're asking all these questions.
Julia Randall was found dead this morning.
What? Oh, no. Oh, I can't believe it. She was so full of life.
Ja, jetzt nicht mehr so. Okay, das war das. Dann fährt uns Roy
You can drive.
zu Dr. Stonemans
All right, where
Praxis.
to?
Zu Dr. Stonemans Praxis, wie ich gerade schon gesagt habe. Roy.
Nice move not telling old Sweet Lips in there about her friend taking the big jump till we were half out the door. Very slick.
I figured we'd get more out of her that way.
You're learning, Phelps. We'll make a vice cop out of you yet.
Hehehe. Ich glaube, hätte ich das zu entscheiden, ich hätte ihr das direkt schon gesagt. Ich bin kein guter Sittenpolizist. Ich bin überhaupt gar kein guter Polizist, wenn man das Let's Play sich mal angeschaut hat. Dr. Stonemans Praxis, 14:44 Uhr. Wo ist jetzt hier die Praxis? Ach, hier drin wahrscheinlich. Dann schauen wir mal wieder hier drauf. Wo ist er denn? Im 5. Stock, Zimmer 505.
Here, Stoneman, Office 505.
Ich glaube, ich habe den Fall doch schon mal gespielt, aber ich bin mir so unsicher. Ich weiß es einfach nicht mehr. Nee, du musst nicht den ersten Stock gehen, du musst den
I
5.
swear, if we locked up every doctor in this town, Vice would be able to work half days.
Aha, weil... So, Zimmer 505, 502, 503. Ach da. Das einzige mit einem goldenen Türgriff, natürlich.
Yes, sir, your name?
LAPD. We'd like to see Dr. Stoneman.
Dr. Stoneman is with a patient. Would you like to wait?
No, we wouldn't. Tell him we want to see him now.
There's no need to be rude.
Save it, sister.
Dr. Stoneman, I have some gentlemen from the LAPD here to see you.
Gentlemen?
Send them in, please. I'll see this patient again after they've left.
Oh, da machst du aber einen Schritt zurück, wa? Ja,
Your
sorry.
investigation is much more important than my sciatica.
Dr. Stoneman, we are investigating the death of one of your patients, Julia Randall.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Do you mind if we ask you some questions about Ms. Randall?
Not if it doesn't compromise doctor-patient privilege, Detective.
Beziehung zum Opfer.
How well did you know Ms. Randall?
Barely at all. She'd only been a patient 6 months or so.
Anzweifeln.
You didn't like her, did you?
Wasn't a question of like, Detective. She was incredibly beautiful. When you looked in her eyes, you knew how a mouse felt before a snake. Not an ounce of warmth there.
Weitere Medikation.
You wrote Julia Randall a prescription for Benzedrine. How can you account for that?
Miss Randall was in the fashion business. She wanted to control her weight.
Ja. Nein!
She didn't appear to have a weight problem.
She had a self-esteem problem. Miss Randall felt her only control over her life was through her appearance.
Scheiße, Mann.
We often find the more obstructive people tend to be, Dr. Stoneman, the more they have to hide.
So, darf ich mal Ihr Telefon benutzen?
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Are there any messages for me?
Yes, Detective. The coroner's been asking to speak to you. I can connect the call if you like.
Please, thank you. Al?
Cole, can you get over here? I just finished the autopsy.
Sure thing, Mal. We'll be right over.
Okay, tschö. Wir gehen dann mal. Sie können jetzt hier wieder weiter mit Ihrem Patienten reden. Ah, voll verkackt bei dem. Hallo? Danke.
The old boy is lying.
About what?
I don't know.
Okay.
He looked relieved when you said she was dead. That's a strange reaction to have to the death of a young patient.
Ja, allerdings. Das stimmt wohl. So, wir fahren.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
In die Zentralklinik. Ja, in die Zentralklinik, wie gesagt.
Have you noticed how croakers only pull out the physician-patient privilege card when they got some to hide?
There are certain things people have a right to keep private.
Until it gets in the way of police work. And it's only private when it suits them. A couple of drinks and every doctor I've met will spill your darkest secrets in a heartbeat.
Oh. Das wäre extrem schlecht, wenn das wirklich so wäre. Aber ich meine, klar, es sind auch nur Menschen. Kann natürlich passieren. Hollywood Zentralklinik, 14:53 Uhr. Dann mal rein da. Salü. Wo war das eben hier? War doch eben so eine schöne Kamerafahrt. Hier.
Cole, Roy, I have some information for you.
Ja, dann schieß mal los.
You're the only person enjoying this, Mal. Get on with it.
The bruising confirms 2 sets of hands, so we have 2 killers. Death was caused by heart failure due to an overdose of morphine.
Have you dragged us down here to gloat? We already heard your theory.
We agree that she was murdered.
Yes, of course.
I have something else to show you.
All right, Mal, what gives?
The dead guy's name is Jimmy LeBlanc, career burglar. He came in this morning. Someone stove his head in with a lump of 2x4.
So what? Good riddance.
I found 2 syrettes in his jacket pocket.
Wow.
Hang on a minute, Roy. We're listening, Mal.
No sign of morphine use and no metabolized morphine in his blood. Scratch marks on his face.
Which could be from getting his head remodeled.
Time of death, Mal.
Maybe an hour or 2 after the Randall girl.
So you're saying Laughing Boy here could be one of our killers? That's a hell of a long shot.
Thanks, Mal. We'll check it out.
I found something else.
Noch was? Was? Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Ja, die kennen wir ja schon. Danke, dass du uns nochmal zeigst. Schauen wir uns den auch nochmal an. Weil der so schön aussieht im Gesicht. So, was hast du noch gefunden? Was hast du gefunden? Ach, da.
Sorry,
Die Höhner.
I don't play.
I don't know if it's significant. His wallet was empty. The only other things he was carrying were the harmonica and the morphine.
Aha.
Carruthers. Yeah, he's here. I'll send him over. They have a guy called Henry Arnett in interview 2 for you next door. Let me know how you get on.
Sure, Mal. And thanks for the lead.
Sure, Mal, thanks for the lead.
Na, Roy, was ist los mit dir? Bist du neidisch eifersüchtig? Vielleicht. Ja, wir befragen in der nächsten Folge dann mal Henry Arnett. Und ich danke euch fürs nette Zusehen. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet viel Freude, Freunde. Und wir sehen uns in der nächsten Folge wieder. Bis dahin, macht's gut und tschüsschen.